everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with a full body warm-up. We are going to be focusing primarily on ankles, but we'll be working a little bit of everything today. So let's go ahead and get started with some skaters, a nice little blood pumping exercise. So we are going to hop to one side, send the free leg behind us, touch down, and then hop over to the other side and repeat. Trying to reach down for the floor with each one. Getting a nice little hop in between. Let's do a few more of these. Say 3 more. So 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1, and 1. Very nice. Back up at standing, let's go ahead and do some ankle rotations. So shifting the weight onto one leg, we are going to send our ankles into a full rotation on that free leg. Trying to stay nice and stable here. If you're having a lot of trouble with that, make sure you hold on to a wall or something. Couch, chair, all works. Take some deep breaths as you do these circles. Pay attention to what your knee and thigh are doing, making sure that they're pointing forward the entire time and you're not shaking the entire leg here. So keep it isolated at the ankle. And let's go ahead and switch directions. Still breathing deeply here. Nice big circles with that ankle. Oopsies. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and switch our standing leg and do some giant circles on the other ankle. Again, if you're having trouble balancing, you can hold on to something, but try not to rely on it too much. That takes away from our leg stability on this bottom leg. We might as well get the most we can out of everything. So if you are holding on to something, try to just lightly tap on it instead of bearing your full weight on it. Now let's switch in the other direction. Nice, big, dramatic circles. Try not to hike up one hip too and like lean out to the side. Make sure the hips are square, both of them. If you're touching both your hip bones, you can create a parallel line with the floor. That's the goal. Alrighty, 3 more big circles. 2 and 1. Very nice. Alrighty. Let's go ahead with our feet right underneath our hips. We're gonna bend at the knees and we're just gonna like draw really big circles with those knees. I feel like this could be a fun dance if we did it a little bit faster. Maybe do one of these guys. You don't have to, I'm just being weird. Big circles. Trying to send the knees over the ankles. Nice and gently though. Let's do 3 more in this direction. 1, 2, and 3, and let's switch directions. Nice and gentle. If you're like me and your feet have moved together, check on them and spread them back to hip distance. Just gently moving through these. And 3 more. 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and send the legs out a little bit wider, roughly this distance. And we are going to hinge forward at the waist. I like to place my hands on the floor if I can. Ankles are also a good option, but the goal here, we're just going to gently move between our froggy and our forward fold. So sending the butt down, torso up, and then straightening yourself out. I also like when I'm in my froggy to press my knees out with my elbows. That feels nice for me. Really trying to send the butt forward and the knees out over my toes. Just gently moving through these. Come back up and froggy and fold and froggy. Fold, froggy, fold, and froggy. And let's hang out in a froggy for a moment. Let's just kind of wiggle here for a minute. Getting used to how this feels. And then we're gonna send one arm to, I like to kind of press on my knee, and then the other arm comes up. And then bring that arm down, press on the knee, and the other arm comes up. You can do these with bent arms on the bottom or straight arms, doesn't really matter. I like to do bent, because that way I'm not smacking the floor with my hands. But if straight arm's more comfortable for you, that's totally okay. Trying to keep a nice tall torso here as we rotate. Getting a nice little thoracic rotation here. Really push into that leg so you can go a little bit further back. Let's do 3 more on each side. 1, 2, 2, and 3, and 3. Very nice. Let's gently come out of that. Maybe shake yourself out a little bit for a second. Alrighty, and we're gonna come over to the wall. I'm gonna remove this from my face real quick. Alrighty, we are gonna do tiny little baby sissy squats. So sissy squats are generally like all the way down to the floor and all the way back up. I can't do the back up quite yet, but anyways. Against the wall, what they look like, we're gonna measure about a foot out is where we'll start out with. You can put your hands on the wall to make this a little bit easier. Squeeze the glutes, because we are going to be in a straight line from the knees to the shoulders the entire time. So we don't want to send the butt backwards. So squeeze the glutes. And then we're gonna bend at the knees as far as they can go, and then come up onto the tippy toes until the knees touch the wall. Flatten the feet, and then straighten the knees. Knees bend, tippy toes. Flat feet, knees unbend. So we're gonna work through a couple of those. Making sure to bend the knees first and straighten them last. And be sure to keep the glutes engaged throughout the entire motion as well. If this feels super duper easy for you, feel free to walk it back a little bit further, and then you'll have to go further onto the tippy toes and bend back a little bit more to touch that wall. So still bending at the knees, tiptoes. I'm far away from the wall, I can't quite reach. If I keep bending backwards, then I'll reach. Knees, toes, bend, and back down. Let's do 3 more. That's 1, 2,